Okay, I've had a couple people ask for a video walk around of my 1980 CJ7 that I've got for sale. This vehicle is a project I purchased in the fall, actually in November. I just liked how it looked. I needed a winter project. It was kind of an abandoned project that another fella just sort of gave up on, lost interest in time and all that kind of stuff. Most of the suspension was already there. I've kind of gone through everything and put it back the way it should be and kind of tweaked everything, but the front half of the cage was already there. I built everything from the roll bar back, all the tube work on the back, the dovetail, new fender, the inner fender wells. I made all that stuff. Put the new fuel cell in it, new back seat, new seat belts. All the wiring is brand new. Tires are absolutely brand new. It's got XJ leafs in the rear. And got about 101, 102 inch wheelbase. It's actually just under 102 inches. New dash. I made all that stuff. Autometer gauges. It's got 10 painless wiring switches, all painless chassis wiring, new painless engine harness. You've got a left and right turn indicators and a bright light indicator there in the center. Cigarette lighter. Plenty of room in the dash for a speedometer and a tachometer. I don't really miss them. I would have put them in, but I was kind of running short on cash at the end of the project, and I don't know, I didn't really want them that much anyway, so I didn't bother with them, but most guys probably will. Got these Fox emulsion shocks in the front. They are revalvable, and you can adjust them by adjusting the oil level and or the nitrogen level in them if you choose to. It's got bump stops front and rear. I put a track bar on the front of it because the suspension is really soft front and back, and I wanted it to drive good, so I added a track bar to it. I think it drives a lot better with it, but just as simple as taking it off if you don't want it. I cut the knuckles on the front end and rotated them so the pinion angle is how it should be. Pretty much gone through everything on the front end. Replaced a few bearings, wheel bearings, this and that, whatever it needed. Winch is nearly new. I had it on another vehicle. I only used it twice, I think. Maybe just once, but no more than twice. It works perfect, and it's wired to a switch on the dash. Motor is absolutely cold. I pushed it out of the garage here so you can see what it does when it's cold. We'll start it up here. It's a TPI 305 out of an 86 Firebird. It's just a tiny bit cold-natured. From what I've read on the internet, that's just common for this first generation of TPI. What you can do if you want is buy a prom chip for a 1989 Camaro Firebird, and basically it's just a little bit better tune. It's a little bit newer, more modern tune, and they say it works just a little bit better. The cold start's a little better. It runs just a little smoother. That was kind of the last generation tune for this version of the TPI. It's only about 75 bucks for that chip, and it plugs right in. So if I was going to keep it, I would probably get that. But I think the motor runs exactly how it's supposed to. No check engine lights, none of that kind of stuff. Doesn't spit, pop, backfire. Absolutely no problems like that. I mean, it runs just like it should. Try and lift the hood up here. I'm not sure if I can do that with the phone. The motor's really clean. Doesn't really have any big oil leaks or anything. It's nice and dry. Runs real smooth. Got a really nice Be Cool aluminum radiator. I think it's like a $400 or $500 radiator. That fan is an SPAL fan, which is pretty much the best fan you can get, or best brand anyway, considered to be. It's all kinds of new parts on this thing, like the clutch master cylinder, fuel filter's new. I mean, just anything I saw that needed to be replaced has been replaced. All the wiring's new. I'm not into putting wire loom on everything. It just makes it harder to work on, in my opinion, but you can do that if that interests you. All of the wiring for the engine is separate from the chassis wiring. The wiring for the engine is all tucked up in here. Everything's labeled. It's all nice and neat. And it's a, totally new harness. It's in really good shape. So, should be real easy to take care of. I mean, it should be exactly like working on a stock one. Everything's factory color coded as far as the engine harness goes. Get this hood latched up. We can try and take it for a ride. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out with the manual transmission and the trying to hold the phone and drive all at the same time. It's got a 3-inch Flowmaster exhaust. Sounds really good. It's really fun to drive around town. I really like cruising it around. It's got a well-made traction bar on the rear end. Disc brakes in the rear. I've got the traction bar disconnected. As it goes with traction bars, it rides a little rougher. And I didn't plan on doing any burnouts anyway, so I just unhooked it for now. It's just got one bolt taken out of it, so it's just a matter of putting one bolt in. You ready to go for a ride?
Yeah!
Okay. Let's see if I can get my seatbelt on here. All right. Take off in second there. It's got 488 gears. They're pretty low, but it's still fine going down the highway. These blacktop roads out around my house are pretty bumpy, so you have to drive it a little bit on these roads, but you get it out on the highway and it's pretty much a one-finger operation. It drives really, really good for a former trail rig. Okay, that's fourth gear there. We're probably running, I don't know, 35 or something like that. Maybe 40. Trying to avoid the mud puddles. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.